What's the difference between ti and vie in Bulgarian? It's something very, very crucial, especially for English-speaking people. And now finally, we will develop this mystery and I'll explain you when to use which form. So let's start from the very beginning. In Bulgarian, we have pronouns, so we can say as, I, ti, you, but here very important, we say you when you're one person and when we're friends. I'll explain this more a bit later. Then we have той, he, тя, she, то, it. Then we have ние, we, вие. It's you, but it's you when it is plural, many people, or when it's the polite form. We'll get back to it. And then we have te, which is they. Okay? So you have the pronouns in Bulgarian language. Good enough. I hope you know them. Now let's see the difference between ti and vie, why it is important to know how to use it, and which forms of the verbs you use with them, because here is the crucial information. So, ti, as I said, in Bulgarian, we use it. We have also other languages that we have this form, that it's more casual, more friendly. We use it with someone who is close to us, that we know for a long time, or that we have asked, може ли на ти? Може ли на ти да си говорим? Can we speak in ti? You have asked him, for example, or at least this is what polite people do. Or you can ask, ние на ти ли си говорим? Like, are we speaking in ti, for example? Sometimes in Bulgaria, people go actually very quickly and they switch and they use this form without asking, but normally the manners, they're like you ask. Why it's important? Ti is if you address, again, one person, and if this one person is a close friend, or at least a friend, or someone that you know for quite like a long time. Or again, if you have asked him, if you can talk to him in ti. Why it is important? Because let's say if you meet your boss, or if you meet, I don't know, an official person, the president or someone like this, for an English-speaking person, really there is no difference if they tell him как си. But for a Bulgarian, it's like really not good enough, believe me. And like, it's how to say very, like probably if you're a foreigner, no one would react, but it's very casual, you know? Why? Because we say TC, you are, and you are is different, you are, when we say TC, than vie ste. We can say you are a president, vie ste president, okay? It's the official form. And it's vie ste, the verb to be. Versus if we say ti si, приятел, you are a friend, this is the friendly expression, the more casual expression. Vie, we have two ways to use it. Normally, if you write it with a small letter V, like in a text or in a message, it can mean a group of people, okay? So, for example, vi ste super, you're great, you're very cool. For example, I can say like this to my students, to a group of students, vi ste super, even though we're close, we're having classes every day, let's say, but I address them as a group of people, okay? I can also say vie to the president, or to an important person, or to, like, I don't know, a big boss in a company, or just to someone that I meet for the first time, or someone that actually elder, like it's older than us, yeah, so an elderly person. For example, if I meet, I don't know, the grandmother of my friend, who can be, I don't know, 70 or 80 years old, definitely, even if I know her and I've seen her a few times, I can say, oh, как сте? Изглеждате много добре. So I can use the verbs or the ending of the verbs that go with vie, because I want to show respect. Yeah, and just because it's more official, or sometimes you can use vie when you want to make distance with the person. An important thing is if you write it, okay, and if you're addressing one person, not a group of people, one person, and you want to be official, you want to show respect, you don't know well enough the person, or you're writing, let's say, an official letter to someone, vie should be with a capital V, even if it's not in the beginning of the sentence, okay? Now I see some Bulgarians don't follow this rule, but it still exists, okay? Let's recap. Ti, si, and you use ti with the ending of the verbs that are more casual. Well, even it's not casual, it's more friendly, that they go with ti. For example, ti praviš pizza, you're making a pizza. So ti praviš, it's the ending that goes with ti. Or ti rabotiš, you work, and so on and so on. Very often the ending is ti rabotiš, ti praviš, ti peš, you're singing, and so on. If we use VA, we can use it either for a group of people or one person, but we want to address him in an official way. And then we use the ending of the verbs that go with VA. If you're not really familiar with what are the endings of these verbs, we have 3 groups of verbs in Bulgarian. We have explained them in a different video, even I believe in multiple videos, so you can check one of those videos. But it's important to know, even if you say VA, and you don't use the correct ending of the verb here, it's still considered strange. They wouldn't consider you rude because probably they will know you're a foreigner, but still it's not really how we would use it. I hope this video is useful for you. I hope now it makes more sense. I hope now you can know and feel the difference between casual communication or between official communication. If you have any other comments, feel free to let us know down below, or send us a message, or follow us in other social media. We're here to help you. We're here to make free content and ask us what topics could be interesting for you. We of course also have group classes, we have individual lessons, but if you're just a free learner like this and if you're interested in learning Bulgarian language, we're also here to help you. Believe us, we love what we do and we like to make real videos that are really useful for you in your real life.